ladies and gentlemen, non-binaries of all ages, welcome to Season 2 of Brunch and Budget. Hey, y'all, this is Pam and Dyalekt here.
Hi, everybody. It's Season 2 after 8 long years of Season 1.
In our long journey through the trespasses of personal finance, the racial wealth divide, and how you feel about stuff and how we feel about stuff, we've decided that we're going to change it up a little bit. We started out in internet radio, shout out Bonfire, and now since we've been doing more of a podcasty thing, it's not as live, we're flipping up a lot. We're taking the bed out, so apologies to y'all who'd like to have a little rhythm beneath us talking, but it's podcast world, so we got to be doing it Acapulco.
That's right.
But that's not the only change we're making. We're making big cuts in Season 2. In order to make things simpler, we're making things easier to digest. Sorry about the brunch pun. Each topic we cover will now be broken into 3 separate episodes. It's based on the segments that we normally have, so we'll have to keep them a little more even this time around. Pam, no more second acts that meander too long, so we got to have a quick wrap-up at the end. We'll be releasing these episodes weekly. The first episode will get into the meaning, current events, and the social implications, including the racial wealth divide. In the second episode, we're going to talk about how money is emotional. So we're going to get into things that affect us, like the money personalities and how they will deal with these topics. And in the third episode, we'll use the 5 stages as a framework to give some practical ideas about what we can do right now and how we prepare for our future self. These episodes will be shared weekly, and on the 4th week, it'll be a repost of an older episode from the archives to get some of our former flavor.
Ooh, thank you for that breakdown, Dyalekt. So would you say that the first episode is knowing, the second episode is feeling, and the third episode is doing?
Yes, because that's how we do stuff. Hopefully that's how we do stuff, is that we first learn about it, we know, then we discover, explore, deal with how we feel about it, and that information gives us the power to make an action that we feel good about.
Yeah. And one of the things that we've learned as we've been working with more clients, as we've been growing our Sea Change program, is this is the format and the order that allows folks to absorb information and figure out how to do something about it.
Yeah, while we appreciate anyone who shouts us out, shares us, puts us in bigger stages in front of more people so that we can help out more people, we don't have a Patreon for the show, and I don't think that we intend to have a Patreon for this show. We'll cut out this episode if we ever do, and we'll go back on that.
We're not going to have a Patreon.
No,
for
we're probably
show.
not. What we want for y'all, we want to treat the people that we're rocking with as our patrons, the people who are patronizing us, and the people who are getting help with their finances. This, for those of y'all who aren't members of a Brunch or Budget program, a Sea Change program, Budge Nudge, or even haven't taken a class with Pockets Change, this is meant to be an intro, a one-on-one, and sometimes a single subject deep dive into how your finances are affected by the world and how you can use your feelings, your values, what's important to you to affect your personal finances and the finances of the economy at large.
Yeah, I think this is really formalizing all of the work that we did in Season 1, because our goal for every podcast episode is for you to have a greater understanding of how the financial system affects you, but also how you can affect your own finances and the financial system at large. And so we want to make sure that every episode has some really clear practical takeaways for you, while you also learn about the racial wealth divide, you understand the larger systemic oppression and financial structures that are going on, and you don't feel so alone.
Yeah, you're not wrong, you're not stupid, and you're not alone. Thanks for that part. I've been feeling like we did the first part of this episode dressed up in suits. It felt very formal. And we'll let y'all know, we need to do that. We need to break things down to the utmost degree. One of our values is being fanatical about getting it right. And the one thing we stand is reality. And that's hard, y'all. It can be rough. When we do these episodes, we're going to have these indie songs still by indie artists. Please feel free to send them in if you've done them yourself, or if you know some songs from some folks you're like, they're great and no one's heard of them. We want to be able to engage with what y'all care about, what matters to the community, the stuff that y'all want to share, the things that y'all want to dispel, and to remember that all these formal institutions that create etiquette are really just there to hold us down. Remember, the word etiquette was coined by a king who wanted poor people to stay off his lawn.
And when you say hold us down, you mean literally hold us down, not hold us down.
Exactly. So
we're here to hold you down.
We're here to hold you down. We're here to go bust up on that lawn and throw a party.
That's right.
So that's what we're trying to do here. And that will involve us getting to the facts and figures. And then that's going to involve us getting to how we feel about these things and getting very deep into our money personalities. We implore y'all, as you listen to these episodes, if you have confusion around them, if you need to find community, to find money buddies. Talk to people. It might be us. It might be other professionals. It might be just folks around you. But continue to have these conversations so that we can break ground and do more than just breaking bread. Is that all we got to talk about?
I think that's it.
That was a nice little dead air. We'll try to not have dead air.
Oh, no, I thought you were done. That was a nice little conclusion.
It was a nice little conclusion. But we should leave them with some music. Like I said, we play indie songs.
We should tell them some stuff.
We should tell them some stuff. So before we get on out of here, and we'll be coming back soon with new episodes. Of course, we'll be bringing our people's Dedrick Asante-Muhammad. And since Dedrick is going to be coming with us on many of the episodes, I figured I should share the song that we did together.
Ooh.
I don't know if we've mentioned this on the podcast yet, but Dedrick and I put together a song.
Oh my gosh, it's no feel due in 4 minutes, y'all.
Well, basically, what happened is he shared a few white papers and research papers about the racial wealth divide and debt, and how debt affects Black people in particular and different racial groups at large. So I got a beat from the homie Broke MC, and we put together this song, Debt Rules Everything Around Me, or Dream. And I even got Dedrick to get on the chorus. So now he's a professional recording artist and he can leave all of that suit and tie stuff alone. We're taking off the suits and ties here, a bunch of budget. Anyway, it's a fun song. It's called Dream, or Debt Rules Everything Around Me. It's got me on it. It's got Dedrick on it. And you'll get to hear it. And then after that, we'll be playing lots more songs from indie artists from around the world, bringing up lots more topics. Please feel free to reach out to us on social, on email, whatever way is comfortable for you, so that we can continue to talk about the topics that affect your community so we can affect all the communities.
Thank you all for listening.
Debt rules everything around me. Dream about the money. Got a lot of bills, y'all. Debt rules everything around me. Dream about the money. Got a lot of bills.
Okay, so here's the basics. Debt is an obligation, a deferred payment. Your cash is low, so we made an arrangement. Stores used to give credit, bars would run up a tab, but only if they trust you and know that you pay it back. But it's more than that. Debt is the American dream. It's the house, car, and fancy degree that you need. But nowadays, employers don't care about the diploma. They just want to know that you got experience and figure yoked up. You know what? Debt can be a burden, especially when Black women are paid like 3/5 of a person. 61 cents on the dollar to pay for college. Debt is holding Black Americans hostage. The way of life is gamified. If you're not winning, you're miserable. If you keep it in cash, they call your credit invisible. Allison, we owe our ancestors a moral debt. 20% of Black net worth is worth less. Ain't nothing going on but the rent and a six-pack. And 760 next to 6'2" on a date now. They waiting for reparations, but I don't expect them to pay us back. There's a reason getting out of debt gets you in the black.
Don't spend money you don't have. Make sure you don't owe nothing to no man. Gotta make a home even without a roadmap. And you ain't on no map until you own that.
Credit was started with BS and rumors. Boomers build up the zoomers, they make them authorized users. We're socialized to ostracize these maneuvers, cause it's tough to fight for the future and keep an eye on abusers. That's more tax and more facts, the war on Black banks from Friedman to Dodd-Frank. More than half tank, we give thanks and praise to the shanks from snakes. GoFundMe and Reddit when people need to be saved. Look who gets to choose who's too big to fail. They best friends with the ones who choose and go to jail. We conversing through comments every day, reading our mail. It'd be hyperbole to call it beyond the pale. Credit scores wasn't even a thing till 89. Before that, they relied on prejudice and spies. A bunch of companies who competed until they didn't. American dreamed up a caste system for richness. None of us know the formula or how they calculate it, but we get distracted from this evaluation. It's a score because it's a game. If you're in debt, you're getting played, but you're already getting played, so get in the game.